Bhajanitai Gaura Sham Jago Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Welcome. Bhajanitai Gaura Radhe Sham Japom Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Bhajanitai Gaura Radhe Sham Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Tvameva Mata Pita Tvameva Tvameva Vandushka Saka Tvameva Tvameva Vidyadravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvamam Deva Deva. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Book 1, Discourse 18. In the previous video, yesterday, we read super beautiful, interesting shlokas, and I have a few things here that I want to refresh. So the one is from Discourse 17, Book 1, 117:22, reads, the king said, "You speak what is right, O knower of Dharma. Evidently you are Dharma, the god of virtue, in the guise of a bull. You refuse to tell me the name of your persecutor only because you know that the lot which falls to a wrongdoer is also shared by the denouncer." That this shloka is showing us that if we are in any way connected with wrongdoer, we get into the same wheel, samsara or karma. And then I have the 13:38 and 39 before starting. Therefore, O ye will among champions, O righteousness, it behoves you to tell me the place where I may settle down permanently in compliance with your orders. So it's Kali Maharaj, Kali Yuga, that is asking where he can be in this Kali age. So these next two slokas will tell us exactly where Kali Maharaj is sitting down, where he can be found. This will help us to identify what is right and what is wrong, what to do, what to don't, and how we can be absent of that kind of behaviors, company, etc. So 1:17:38, should I continue? Thus, entreated by Kali, the king then allocate to him the following 4 places. Dice, meaning games, hazard games. Wine, meaning intoxication. This counts tobacco, marijuana, alcohol, of course. Women, so lusty desires. And shambles, the hotbeds of the 4 vices: falsehood, intoxication, passion, and cruelty. Shambles, cruelty. In these 4 places, actions, Kali Maharaj is allowed to be on Kali Yuga. So we must avoid these 4 basic. And if we think about the well-known 4 principles, are exactly here. This is interesting. And then Kali Maharaj has one more place. It reads 117:39. On Kali's asking for more about the mighty king assigned him gold as the fifth abode. Thus he allowed to him falsehood, intoxication, passion, and slaughter, with animosity and rajaguna, gold as the fifth. So gold will be the fifth place where Kali Yuga, Kali Maharaj can stay. Therefore, it's known that some devotees, some sadhus, avoid to wear gold because of exactly the same. Does it mean that we cannot use, for example, a gold ring of marriage? This is something that we can think about, but Shastra say that Shastra must to be taken as it is and not to adapt to our times and our own life in the way that twist the meaning of Shastra to make it nice for us. This is not the way. So here reads, then the 5 places, 4 are the main and the 5th is the extra place. So it's dice, wine, woman, and shambles, falsehood, intoxication, passion, and cruelty, and gold. There is everything. Okay, let's go then to the discourse 18:1, Shloka 1. The youthful sage Shringi utters an impregnation against King Parikshit. Shuta Uvacha. Thought scorched in the mother's womb by the missile discharged by Ashvatthama, the son of Drona, King Parikshit did not die, was saved from extinction by the grace of Lord Sri Krishna of marvelous deed. 2. Having given his mind and heart to the Lord, he did not feel perturbed, even when faced with the terrible fear of meeting his death at the hand of the serpent, Takshaka, spurred on by the anger curse of a Brahmana boy. 3. Shaken of attachment to everything, he accepted the discipleship of the sage Shuka, the celebrated son of Vyasa, and having realized the truth about Lord Sri Hari, cast off his body on the bank of the Ganga. 4. No confusion arise, even at the hour of death, in the mind of those who talk of none else than Lord Sri Krishna, of excellent renown, enjoy his nectar-like stories, and contemplate on his lotus feet. Kali was powerless on this earth, even though he had penetrated every part of it, so long as the great king Parikshit, son of Abhimanyu, continued to rule over the same as its undisputed sovereign. 6. As a matter of fact, Kali, the progenitor of unrighteousness, had set his foot on the earth the very day, nay, the very moment the Lord quieted it. 7. The emperor, who, like the bee, drew the best out of everything, bore no ill will to Kali, for he knew that in this age meritorious acts bear fruit immediately as soon as they are projected, but not so the other sinful acts, which yield fruit only when they are actually committed. Eight. In fact, of what account is Kali, who is heroic in the midst of children, but is cowardly before the wise and who, like the wolf, is ever alert to take the unwary man by surprise. Interesting shloka saying that Kali is heroic in the midst of children. This means ignorance, but is coward before the wise, strong mind, and it's like a wolf that is alert always to take the unworthy man by surprise. So it's Kali attack like a wolf when you are not aware, where you are not having a shield protection. Kali will attack from the back, and it's very strong in front of the ignorant, but it's coward in front of the wise man. Beautiful shloka. I will so this shloka will go to my Instagram today. So you can check my Instagram, Sarva Shakti 108 altogether. Sarva Shakti 108. 9. I have thus related to you, O sages, the sacred life account of King Parikshit, connected as it is with the story of Lord Sri Krishna, son of Vasudeva. This was what you inquire of me. 10. Lord Sri Krishna performed many a deed which is a fit subject for discourse. Men seeking blessedness should therefore listen with rapt attention to all his stories, thus that depict his virtues and narrate his exploits. 11. The sages said, good Sutta, may you live for years without number, you who recount the untarnished glory of Lord Sri Krishna, which is like nectar to us mortals. To us, body has been soiled by the smoke arising from the sacrificial fires. Even while we are engaged in this sacrificial performance, the fruit of which is uncertain, you give to drink to our hearts, content the sweet and inebriating honey flowing from the lotus feet of Lord Govinda. 13. We cannot compare with a moment's fellowship of loving devotees of the Lord. Either heavenly bliss or even final beatitude, much less the enjoyments sought after by mortal men. 14. What man of good taste will feel sated with hearing the stories of the Lord, who is the only and final goal of the greatest saints? Even masters of yoga, headed by Lord Shiva and the lotus-born Brahma, have not been able to exhaust the virtues of the Lord, who is beyond the gunas of Prakriti. 15. Therefore, O learned Sutta, to whom among us all God is the foremost concern of life, tell us at length the noble and holy doings of Sri Hari, who is the only and final resort of the greatest souls, eager as we are to hear of them. 16. The great devotee of the Lord, King Parikshit, of no means understanding, attained to the feet of Lord Sri Krishna, who banner bears the device of Garuda, the king of birds. which are otherwise known by the name of final beatitude, true wisdom, taught by the sage Shuka in the form of a story. 17. Pray, narrate to us that most sacred story embodying the wisdom imparted to Parikshit, the story of Srimad Bhagavatam, which lies bare the truth of unambiguous terms and firmly establish one in the extremely wonderful yoga of love, bhakti, nay, which also contains an account of doing of the Lord and delights his devotees. 18. Shuta continue. Though born of a mother whose caste is superior to the father's, my birth, which have been deprecated in the Shastra, have been fulfilled today through the service of elders, for association, even by way of conversation, with the noblest souls, quickly drives away the heart's agony caused by such despicable birth. 19. Such a consummation is all the more assured in the case of him who utters the name of the Lord, the only and final resort of the noblest souls. For infinite is the Lord and infinite his powers. Nay, it is because he is possessed of endless virtues that they call him Ananta. 20. In order to show that he is unequal and unsurpassed in virtues, Sufis to the point out that, rejecting others who courted her, Goddess Lakshmi sought the dust of his feet, even though he did not seek her hand. 21. Again, the water which was offered by the Creator, Brahma, to wash the feet of the Lord when he assumed a cosmic form at the sacrifice of the demon king Bali, and then flowed from the nails of his toes in the form of the Ganga, by verses 3 and 4 of Discourse 21 of Book 8, sanctifies the whole universe along with Lord Shiva, who bore it on his head in response to the prayer of King Bhagiratha. Vide 999. Under such circumstances, who else than Lord Sri Krishna, the bestower of liberation, could deserve the epithet Bhagavan in this world? Nobody more than Krishna should be called Bhagavan. 22. The wise that have developed love for him shake off in no time their deep-rooted attachment to their body, etc., and enter that last stage of Paramahamsas, in which the practice of non-violence and control of the sense become one's sacred duty. O sages that shine like the sun, what you have asked me in this assembly, I should tell you according to my own lights. Winged creatures soar according to their own capacity, so do the learned recount the pastime of the all-pervading Lord Vishnu according to their own understanding. Taking up his bow, King Parikshit was hunting in the forest on a certain day. Running after the game, he got fatigued and felt extremely hungry and thirsty. 25. Finding no reservoir of water near at hand, he entered the well-known hermitage of the sage Samika and saw there a hermit who sat still with his eyes closed, 26. Having held his sense and breath, mind and intellect in perfect control, he had withdrawn himself from the world. He had withdrawn himself from the world, and having reached that immutable state which lies beyond the three states of consciousness, waking, dream, and dreamless sleep, he had become one with Brahma. His body was covered with unloosed matted hair and the skin of a black deer. Finding him in this state, Parikshit asked him for water to drink, his tongue being parched with thirst. No being offered a mat of straw or bare ground to sit on, and denied water to wash his hand and feet, or even kind words, the king thought himself as treated with this disrespect and grew indignant accordingly. 29. His mind being oppressed with hunger and thirst, there arose in him all of a sudden a feeling of enmity and anger against the sage, which, O Sanaka, he had never entertained before against a Brahmana. 30. While departing, he indignantly threw with the end of his bow a dead serpent across the shoulder of the Brahmana sage and returned to his capital. 31. Whether he had closed his eyes in as much as he had really withdrawn all his sense from their objects, or he simply feigned deep meditation because he thought he had nothing to do with the wretched Kshatriyas. 32. The sage's son, who was possessed of abundant spiritual glow, thought a mere boy happened to be playing at that time with other Brahmana boys. Having heard of the indignity to which his father had been subject by the king, he made the following observation on the spot. 33. On the unrighteousness of the ruling class, who have grown fat like crows, like dogs that ward one's door, these servants of the Brahmanas dare to insult their very masters. The Brahmanas have appointed the Kshatriya as their doorkeeper. How then can he who has been posted as at the gate enter the house of his master and eat out of the latter's pot? Know that Lord Sri Krishna, the chastiser of those who have strayed from the path of virtue, has departed. I shall presently set right those that have violated the rules of decorum. Just see how powerful I am. Having thus spoke to his playmates, the young sage sipped water from the Kaushiki, and his eyes turning crimson with anger, he hurled a thunderbolt in the form of the following curse. Impelled by me, Takshaka, a chief of the serpents, shall, on the 7th day, hence, bite that band of his race, who had so openly transgressed the bounds of property by his hostile behavior toward my father. 38. The boy then returned to his hermitage, and distressed to see his father with a snake about his neck, wept aloud. 39 and 40. On hearing the laments of his son, O Saunaka, the sage Shamika, a scion of Angira, gradually opened his eyes and, throwing off the dead serpent which he saw lying across his shoulder, inquired, "Child, Wherefore do you weep? Who has wronged you? Thus ask, the boy told him all that had happened. The sage Shamika did not applaud his son when he heard of the execration uttered against the king, who did not deserve it, but said, Alas, foolish child, you have committed a great sin in that you have visited his trivial offense with such a heavy punishment. 42. It does not behoove you to judge a king who bears the name of Vishnu by the standard of ordinary men, O child of unripe wisdom. Protect by his formidable strength. The people are rid of all fear and secure blessing of all sorts. 43. Will Lord Vishnu, who wields a discus in his hand, appearing under the name of king, he is screened from our view. Dear child, thieves will crop forth in large numbers, and the world, which will be unprotected then, will perish like a flock of sheep in a moment. When the ruler is dead, thieves will rob the people of their property, and the evil that befalls them in this way will now fall on our head, since we shall be held responsible for the ruler's death. The cause of all this anarchy and lawlessness, even though we have no direct connection with it. Nay, when people take to robbery in large numbers, they belabor and abuse one another and snatch one another's cattle, womenfolk, and wealth. 45. In such conditions, the noble religion of the people, which derives its authority from the Vedas and is characterized by a course of conduct laid down from the different grades of society and stages of life, disappears. Thence follows a confusion of castes among men, whose hearts are given up to wealth and sense gratification, as among dogs and monkeys. 46. Emperor Parikshit, moreover, is a monarch of wide renown and a defender of righteousness. Nay, he is a great devotee of the Lord and a royal sage who has performed a number of court sacrifices. Again, he was overcome with hunger, thirst, and fatigue, and absolutely helpless. Hence, he did not deserve our curse. 47. May the Almighty Lord, who is the soul of the universe, forgive the wrong perpetrated by this child of immature understanding against his innocent servant. 48. Even when reproached, deceived, abused, disregarded, or struck by others, devotees of the Lord never return the wrongs done by the wrongdoer, thought capable of doing so. Thus, grieving at the wrong done by his son, the great sage Shamika did not even think of the offense committed by the king, who had treated him with disrespect. 50. Generally speaking, holy men in this world neither grieve nor rejoice when they are subject to contrary experience by others, for the soul is ever beyond the three gunas. Jai, 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 Shri Radheshyam. Thus ends the 18th discourse entitled The Brahmana's Curse, in Book 1 of the great and glorious Bhagavad Purana, otherwise known as the Paramahamsa Samhita. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Book 1, Discourse 18 Ki Jai. Tomorrow, at the same time, we will read Discourse 19. Parikshit takes a vow of fasting till death, and Shuka pays a visit to him. Vayonitai Gauranga Radhe Shyam Japon Hare Krishna Hare Ram Vayonitai Gauranga Radhe Shyam Japon Hare Krishna Hare Ram Vayonitai Gauranga Radhe Shyam Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram Vayonitai Gauranga Radhe Shyam Japon Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Vayonitai Gauranga Radhe Shyam Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram Vayonitai Radhe Shyam Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.